gonna have some fun today because we're looking at dumb mistakes WWE 2K26 needs to avoid. Everyone's got an opinion. Drop yours in the comments below, by the way. Welcome to the show. Let's get into the first one here. Animaster2400 says a lot, but I will go with the first one. Long wait times for DLCs. I believe, if you are referencing correctly, the gaps between DLC packs where we get one the first month after the game launches, and then it's like about 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks sometimes. It doesn't always feel like a long time, but I think what hurts it some years is you get a DLC pack, let's say every 6 weeks, and in between that, you're not seeing a lot of game updates. And as we get further into the game's life cycle, I do feel it hinders it because you are looking at 6 weeks of a gap between each pack. It takes a long time and you need some stuff in between. I will say as a positive here, this year, because they did things like the Island Goldberg Nikki Bella DLC content you could buy, the John Cena Farewell Tour pack, I did feel that they added a little bit in between. And if that was your jam, great. If it wasn't, well, then it wasn't. Also, I think just for me anyways, I think what hurts the DLC timelines is when the DLC pack isn't very intriguing. If you are getting a pack that's mostly, say for me, mostly celebrities in it, I'm not very interested in that. So it's like I pick up and play for a day and then I'm like, I'm not playing this anymore. So then the gaps feel even longer between DLC packs. Okay, speaking of celebrities and the DLC packs, Spastic Mongoloid says celebrity DLC packs. I'm taking one, guys, one at a time. Celebrity DLC packs. Dumb mistakes 2K should avoid in 2K26, the celebrity packs? Yes, because when you have the situation of Travis Scott, which has been reported everywhere, that Travis Scott was supposed to be as part of the DLC pack number 1, that didn't work out because he reportedly no-showed, left, didn't want to do WWE, and that puts things in flux. So we got El Grande Americano. But this is part of the problem when you use current day celebrities, in my opinion, is what if these situations happen? This is kind of your worst case scenario if you're 2K in terms of celebrities, you know, bailing and them not being able to utilize them in the game. Throws everything off. Fans aren't happy. We lack actual content in these packs. Aside from the Travis Scott example, I think that there is too much with the celebrities. I get it. And some people like their NBA players. Some people like those things. I'm just not somebody who does. I prefer to get wrestlers in my wrestling game. I'm really not that interested if you give me celebrities, unless there's somebody that's been very active in WWE on TV. Pat McAfee as an example, or Bad Bunny. They've had matches, but when I get like Halliburton showing up, he's been in the crowd. Like, what are we doing here? I get it, crossovers and trying to grow the audiences, yada yada, but it's a wrestling game, ladies and gentlemen, and I want wrestlers. So celebrity DLC packs, I wish they would avoid by making the packs too centric and focused around celebrities. People want wrestlers, and then if you want to add in one celebrity in a pack here and there, maybe it's okay. Now, as we get into our next question, I want to thank today's sponsor. For me, trying to stay mentally sharp and ready to go is pretty critical most days. And lately I've been trying to take something new to keep me sharp and keep me focused. So I've actually been taking MH01 every single day. 2 capsules every day to be able to keep me sharp, focused, and feeling good. So with just 2 of these little capsules every single morning, you are actually going to be able to help keep that brain of yours a little bit more focused, energized. I don't end up with the jitters. I make it part of my morning routine, so it just kind of fits in seamlessly. One thing for me is stress, anxiety. The brain and focus formula does help with that. That's what I've noticed for taking this for quite some time. My energy levels stay and my moods stay pretty consistent throughout the day. My stress levels have gone down, and just feeling that sense of consistency and calmness throughout the day. MH01 offers a convenient subscription that'll come right to your door. The focus element is actually helpful for me because you're just doing YouTube all day long and then you get distracted by something else, and I go off into a different direction. So MH01 has helped, and I've noticed that my focus and concentration has been elevated so that I am able to just focus on my work for longer stretches of time. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen right now. Get 25% off your first order and free shipping on your first month for US customers. Try the brain and focus formula and see for yourself. Thank you so much to MH01 for supporting the channel. Let's get back to the video. Next up, from Stranger Tony, he says, both are very small, but I'll say it. I wish you were able to run across both announce tables if there are 2 in said arena, and I would use the ring bell as a weapon. Oh, I love that. They need to avoid dumb mistakes of not including these things in terms of not allowing you to expand what you can do in terms of gameplay. And one of those things, being able to run across the announce tables would be a cool thing. Ring bell as a weapon If we're talking mistakes to avoid, I think they need to avoid the lack of weapons. Allow us to use ring bell ringside. Allow us to be able to have the championship ringside. It's on TV. Let's replicate those things. It adds to the authenticity and the presentation element in the game. It's supposed to be simulation. That's at its core what it is. You're not simulating TV when you don't have these things. And it's been years of this. Just change it. Nikarasu says, not bringing back Create a Story, a mistake they've been making for years now. Absolutely. Could this be the year, ladies and gentlemen? We do get Create a Story, a basic version, a very in-depth one, something that will keep us all very alive and tickled for years to come. We don't know. But it has been a bad decision not having that in the game, or even hinting that they are working towards it. I hope we are pleasantly surprised this year. The game has a lot of modes, and like they just did the island last year as the new mode. It's not everyone's cup of tea. But are you going to really introduce another mode? If you give me Create a Story, I'm happy. I'm not knocking this year. I'm just saying, you're adding another mode into the game when existing modes need a lot of help and love and care. But if you gave me Create a Story and it worked and it had upload download features, I mean, I'm probably going to have a lot of fun. It's a bad move if it's not there, because it's a wishlist item that fans have been asking for years. Reagan, okay, this is the one that I agree with. Letting you choose how to cash in the money in the bank in play mode. Let me decide. The fact that you can't just pause and cash in like you used to is ridiculous. Fix this, 2K. If you're listening, you never are to me, and that's okay. But one thing I would say is money in the bank in play mode, it doesn't work the way it should. Cash-ins should be more special. In universe mode, I know that we can set up a cash-in. You've got the little story beats where you can actually set up a cash-in within the context of the cutscenes, fine. But in regular play, you allow me to assign a money in the bank holder. Why? Because I can't use it. Let me pick Seth Rollins in Exhibition as Money in the Bank holder. Go play a match between Roman and Cena. Doesn't make sense, but that's what we're gonna do. And you throw Cody Rhodes in there, why not? And then you're gonna press like the touchpad, or you're gonna press select or menu option or something to trigger a cash in. Or the old way of menu, pause the game, go down to cash in the briefcase, give me a cutscene, and the cash in happens. The fact that you can't do this still, like it was there and it's gone, and it's clunky and it's always glitched every year. Can you not? Money in the Bank is a huge part of WWE TV every year, men and women's. If you're gonna fix it, if you're gonna make it work in Exhibition or Universe mode, let's expand cash-ins here. A dumb thing is that you can't do a cash-in in this day and age when it's a steel cage match, when it's a Hell in a Cell, when I just basically any other match type. I can't do a cash-in. Let's have a tag team match with the title holders, and then I select cash-in, and boom, he interrupts the tag team match. It all goes to shambles. It would probably break the video game, but here we are. I agree. Not fixing cash-ins is a dumb thing. Now, kind of on that same vein here, London Bridges says, bring back the old run-ins during entrances, not just some cutscenes. Absolutely. Let's have it where we can fully trigger run-ins at any point during the match. Like, we have the Bloodline Rules match, and what I do like about that is the chaos of somebody comes down, somebody comes down, somebody comes down. Let's do it as a prompt in the game properly. So I can just enable run-ins so it can happen anytime. Then I can say, I want somebody to come in now. It's basically like allowing and customizing the Bloodline Rules match. If I'm Jay in a match, I want to be able to have Jimmy come down and help me out. I should be able to load up my finishers and then do a super finisher option or something where I can click the button, or where my biggest ally in the whole menu, that ally will come down. And they don't give me these random people, like, just Jey Uso's in a match and then Hulk Hogan comes to help him. Like, let's get out of here with that. Yeeter Bread says, add more to Universe mode and create an arena. Need more stages. They really need to give some tender love and care to create an arena. It is lacking with everything that's in there. I enjoy creating an arena, but a dumb thing that a mistake they need to avoid is giving us the exact same templates over and over again for next year's game. Universe mode overall, I think, needs love. Like, if you're not doing it, let's get rid of the mode, create a story, and let's start something fresh that is going to be intriguing, because at this point it is so old, repetitive, same thing. You added promos at a basic level. Unless 26 is going to wow me with full list of promos, backstage promos, tag team promos, triple threat, fatal four-way, rivalries, rivalry actions are completely expanded. You added My Rise cutscenes within universe mode, so you expand the library of cutscenes. There's a lot that it needs. Make number one contendership matches also work in universe mode. Add that as a feature as well, by the way. I'm gonna add this one in here because it's just hilarious. From Catersus says, Tamina ladder matches. They need to avoid this. And it's not just having Tamina in the ladder match, but it's what it represents. So I think what you're going with here. Don't do that. Don't give a show. If you're gonna give a showcase mode, don't do it where showcase is gonna have one of these absolutely tedious matches that are impossible to beat. Play test the thing. If you want to do a ladder match because you need it in the showcase mode, okay, please test it. Please do it in advance and see if it really works. Don't say that this is a fun challenge that the players will enjoy. No, they won't. Most people want to just be able to actually unlock all the showcase unlockables and play showcase whenever they kind of feel like it and not being forced into it. But aside from that, putting in just absolutely ridiculous matches that take way too many playthroughs and way too much time is not worth it. Revamp that approach, or just look at it, just objectively, just be like, hey man, this is going to take way too much effort. Let's dummy this down or change it. Now, finally, I got somebody here that's going to comment on this because it's something they got to avoid overall. Nathan says, new color commentary. Booker T, Cole on NXT, Wade Barrett, Graves on Raw, Cole and JBL on SmackDown, just wishful thinking, but would be awesome. Let's talk about commentary. Byron Saxon, I love you, but you gotta go because you're backstage all the time. You're not on TV. 2K, give us Corey Graves and Michael Cole. Graves is on main roster TV a lot, not always. Michael Cole is the voice. You're not gonna do 10,000 lines of new dialogue all the time. I get it. But you can't tell me that you can't put Corey Graves in there and do a two-man team at the booth without it kind of breaking the whole game. If we have another year where I turn it on and Byron Saxton is the third man at the booth, it's going to be very disappointing. Turn commentary off. I don't care. I want the authentic experience. I understand if you can't give me Pat McAfee. I don't even think I really want that. I would really prefer it if I got Michael Cole and Wade Barrett, or Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Whatever combination you do, 2K, you need to do a two-man booth. It's been too many years where Byron's been active on commentary. It makes the game seem so dated. Avoid this issue. Avoid this detail. Maybe it's too hard to yank it out and redo it all because whatever the coding is in there that makes it complicated. But man, you gotta get to a two-man team. Rockawill touches on patches, but so do a lot of other people, so I'll kind of summarize them in here. Says, stop putting out patches that does more harm than good. Other people talk about hot fix patches, double checking things, making sure it actually works. Avoid these mistakes or issues as best you can. I'm no tech wizard. I don't know how hard it is, but I do understand where the community is coming from when they get a patch update, and I love a good patch update. Don't get me wrong here. When you actually put good stuff in there. But it does kind of feel like every time a patch goes out, you got to add a hot fix the day later because you broke community creations or you broke a feature or something in universe mode is glitched now and it impacts something else. Let's test these things a little bit harder, a little bit more detailed testing instead of just, okay, we fixed this thing, let's go. Again, maybe you do and maybe stuff just slips through the cracks. I don't know. That's what she said. But it does feel like you're always having to repair the game. Let's get it in a healthy state. How come it usually feels like you start off the year with a solid experience where there's few glitches, maybe the odd ones, because we'll find them. But when you get the game the first day, it seems to be fine. And then they throw out the next patch with the DLC or something. And then everything gets just wonky and people are glitching through themselves. And the last one that is here, but it's like 10 plus comments, so go through the list so you guys can see in the thread. But it's my faction. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it continues. It's going to be how many years now? Like 4 games with it. It's here to stay, in my opinion, unless they're going to melt it into the island and then it's all there. The persona models seem to be working for them. And I'm saying from 2K side because they keep doing it. I don't think it works at all from the player side financially. I think it's just kind of way too expensive. If you sold me an AJ Styles for $4.99, I might consider it a lot more. But when I'm going to get a Roman Reigns with different gloves and white pants, that's just in community creations basically, and you want to charge in real money $20+, maybe everyone's buying this, and then that's why they just keep these prices the same. I just would wonder if you price them at a very reasonable rate, like back in the day, we would probably say $199, but $5-10 for a model that is fully decked out with proper entrance motion, with theme song, Titantron, attires. I said multiple attires there, plural. I think fans would be more likely to get that. So wouldn't you win based on volume? If whatever model is super intriguing to you, and it was $5 or $10, I believe your core audience and larger audience would be spending more. So you would be making more money instead of throwing something out there like The Rock and it's $25 or more. It's too much. Don't tell me to grind, because some of the matches are ridiculous. They need to avoid the pricing model if you are going to keep my faction in the game. That's my take on it. Drop yours in the comments below. What do you think they need to avoid in 2K26? Thank you so much for everybody for supporting the channel. Subscribe to the channel as well. It goes a long way. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.